Ξημέρωσε ξανά κι η μέρα που περνά
ανάποδη σου βγαίνει και πονά.
Πάντα χαμογέλαγες και τώρα καταργέσαι. Σμίξε τα χειλάκια, μη βαριέσαι.
και
Σφύριξε χαρούμενα μπορείς. Δες τη φωτεινή πλευρά της ζωής. Μια φάρσα είναι η ζωή πολύ καλά στημένη κι ο θάνατος γελάει και περιμένει. Ό,τι βαραίνει πέτατο και στη σκηνή υποκλείσου, χαμογέλασε στο θεατή σου. Σφύριξε χαρούμενα μπορείς. Δες τη φωτεινή πλευρά της ζωής.
με τις γυναίκες ήσουνα πάντα ο σούπερ γκούφι και τώρα σε φωνάζουνε μαγκούφι. Κι αν όλες σε αφήσανε σε κυνηγάει μια η αιώνια η γαντεμιά.
Σφύριξε χαρούμενα μπορείς. Δες τη φωτεινή πλευρά της ζωής.
Κι αν σε κλείσει η τράπεζα μες στη φυλακή, κάθε μέρα θα είναι Κυριακή. Μη σε νοιάζει, όλα θα είναι πληρωμένα. Αχ, να με μαζεύανε και μένα.
Σφύριξε χαρούμενα μπορείς. Δες τη φωτεινή πλευρά της ζωής.
Όλα στη ζωή σου είναι δανεικά, χαμογέλα φέρσου ευγενικά. Μην το γρουσουζεύεις, σκέψου θετικά, όλα στη ζωή είναι σκατά.
Σφύριξε χαρούμενα μπορείς. Δες τη φωτεινή πλευρά της ζωής. Κι όταν η παράσταση κλείσει τελικά, όλα μοιάζουν με βεγγαλικά. Η ζωή κι ο θάνατος είναι θεατρίνη και γελούν από το καμαρίνι.
Όχι καναρίνι, καμαρίνι.
Θοδωρή, άμα δεν ξέρουν να σφυράνουμε τι δηλαδή.
Σφύριξε χαρούμενα μπορείς. Δες τη φωτεινή πλευρά της ζωής.
Ποια είναι η φωτεινή ρε παιδιά?
Παιδιά, μην τρελαίνεστε. Απ' το τίποτα ερχόμαστε, στο τίποτα πηγαίνουμε. Μία ή άλλη είναι.
Σιγά ο φιλόσοφος να μου.
Αλλάζει το πράγμα. Τώρα μάλιστα. Βλέπω τη φωτεινή πλευρά της ζωής.
Παπάρια.
Τι έγινε ρε παιδιά?
A very warm welcome to you all, wherever you are, to today's edition of Unlocked SK, the original interactive talk show, broadcasting to you live from our micro streaming studio here on the beautiful island of Corfu in a very sunny Greece. And as always, we're broadcasting live on Facebook, but you can also check us out on our website, which is www.StudioKerkyra.com, or the video platform that is Vimeo.com. Or else good old YouTube, and now Twitter and Twitter's Periscope. And if you like what you see and hear, please like us at the end of the show and try and follow us if you can, because that way you'll get heads up whenever we do a live broadcast. And as always, I'm very relieved, pleased, and very relaxed to know that we have a wonderful producer in Claire Haas, who will endeavour to take all your comments live on Facebook Messenger and take those calls from you on Skype. And of course, no broadcast would be quite complete without the irredoubtable, irrepressible, one and only Thomas Haas. Hello, Thomas, and how are you today?
Hello, Adrian. Hello, everybody. Thanks for tuning in again. Thanks for watching here, 3rd of July, Friday. And what a day it is again. I thought I'm in a Swedish sauna, mate.
Well, I thought Finnish, but Swedish, why
Yeah,
not?
whatever.
Yes, it's a little bit of a hot sauna. We do apologise, we are very sweaty. Although, I have to say, we had a lifesaver from our lovely producer, Claire, who had the thoughtfulness to bring us cold towels, which has kind of cooled us down, but this heat is blistering. But we're not complaining because it's absolutely wonderful to be in such glorious sunshine.
Yes, exactly. And okay, it's the heat, but that's what we all been dreaming of for so long. And the first holiday makers arrived and is getting more and more. Today, allegedly, is just 78 flights are landing here on Corfu, and the weather of course is fantastic. It's great. So thank you for tuning in, thank you for watching. If you have anything to comment on, comment here now live while we are on air, or send us an email to inbox@StudioKerkyra.com, and we do our utmost best to answer all your questions regarding holidaying here on Corfu and the current situation, of course. And there is a couple of good news things coming out today, didn't they?
Yes, in the United Kingdom, and indeed Greece. Do you want to kick off with that one?
Greece, a great visit here in Greece today. We had a Greece from the former Prime Minister Alexis Tsipras is visiting Corfu, and he is taking questions and meetings outdoors for people who are interested to talk to him. And I think this just comes at the right moment. We got this problem with Euripides up in the north, where sadly enough they started to bulldoze a couple of things and destroying the beautiful environment we have. And next week, 11th, should be our current Prime Minister Mitsotakis here in Corfu. So I want to know what's going on there really. But I think we can update you as soon as we know great things. But the other good news is Greece is on the list to travel to the UK.
Hooray, that's about time, isn't it? Because it was getting a little bit like tit for tat, wasn't it, earlier on?
Yeah, but let me show our viewers quick. This is our view from the HQ here in Notos, and today's is a fantastic weather, and I just bring the graphics up. It's 32 degrees now, wind is westerly with 13 kilometers an hour, humidity 59%, visibility is great again with 12.9 kilometers, UV index it's 3, and the beautiful sunset on Corfu is happening tonight at 9:10.
Yes, and Thomas, that figure there of 32 degrees makes it this possibly the hottest live broadcast we've yet done this year, I do believe.
Probably, yes, 32. I think we're gonna go a little bit higher. When you look on the picture now on the right, just halfway up the mountain, this is Neo-Koryaki, the beautiful village, and then straight on is Kolomos. And it's great, it's a fantastic view, and we're really privileged to be here. And there you are. Here we are with our mobile studio, and we parked perfectly. We got some shade, but you're getting a little bit of sun every now and then, aren't you?
You could say that, but I'm not. I'm not complaining at all. Just going back to something that you said about 3 minutes ago about this development proposed up in north of Cassiope. The point about it, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't heard, is that this is a beautiful, completely natural and unspoilt area that's been left idle for a very long time. It was in the Greek Navy's ownership. They were forced to sell it off to meet EU bailout demands, allegedly. But the point is, and we were told this by many ecologists when we did a live broadcast of Night Shift live from Corfu last year in the beautiful Sinis on the northeast coast, just nearby. And we were told by, I believe, as a butterfly conservationist and one or two others, that the key thing that made that whole area extra special was because it exactly has been left undisturbed, and that was a fabulous natural habitat for so many species of animals and plants and all sorts. Butterflies, one thing that springs to my mind with their annual pilgrimage to Albania, I seem to remember. So it's not just a question of people protesting about another building development. It is actually precisely the land that it's on. And notwithstanding, of course, the land was given over to the Greek state and everybody in it, and it seems harsh that it's going to end up in the hands of a New York hedge fund, I do believe.
Yeah, yeah, it's a little bit weird, the whole story, and I don't, understand that really what's going on. But hey, we're gonna find out much more, because we're in contact with some people and we're getting to the bottom of that and see what's really happening. I think that's also the reason the Prime Minister Mitsotakis is arriving on Corfu next week. I thought he is going to be up there. This is the 11th of July.
Right.
So I think they're also planning a demonstration up there. But we're gonna update you.
It's kicked up a hornet's nest, that's for sure.
Totally. But let me say hello to everybody logged on again. Lorraine Smith, hi everybody, keeping safe. I hope Pompey is windy and cloudy.
Ooh,
hello, Lorraine.
Hello, Lorraine.
Nice to see you. Hey, and Steve Bowers, hi everybody. Some good news to start the program with. Greece on the list. Will they bring their date forward, I wonder?
Well, the latest we've heard is still either the 15th or the 19th. That is what it's projected to be at the moment. But I have to say, to warn everybody, it's not there written in stone. It can change, and the Greek authorities did say that they wouldn't have any hesitation in putting that back if they felt a need to do so. But as it stands at the moment, let's be positive. Let's look on the bright side of life, as it were, and say that it's going to be, I think it's midnight of the 15th. So going
midnight
into the 16th,
of the 15th, we're going to know more, definitely. So Jenny
Hopefully
Helvet is saying, hi, I'm in Pompey too. Really cold. Ooh.
Oh, no.
Lynn O'Hara is writing in, good day, a little warm today. Yes, it is.
You could say that.
So we go from one extreme to the other, aren't we?
Extraordinary, isn't it? Well, that's the globe for you.
Yeah, and Paul Pollock is saying, hello everybody listening to you on my way home. All good news, I hope. Of course it is. It's
We've
great
got
news.
some good news coming up later too, Paul.
Yeah.
Welcome aboard, sir.
Margaret Johnston, hi everybody from breezy and sunny and cold Kent.
Oh, I wish we could have a bit of your breeze, Margaret, I have to say.
Yeah, we don't have a lot of wind, but hey, it's great. Let's not complain.
No, I'm not complaining. No.
But Julie Cam, hi everybody. Heavy rain in Edinburgh.
Oh,
I'm
nice.
going to hibernate over the weekend.
Oh, Julie.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Hey, and Tom Giddings, hello everyone from a very wet Westward Ho.
Westward.
Westward.
Wet Westward Ho, yes.
Westward
Ho's a
Ho,
great
yeah.
place. That's where I had fish and chips once until this cheeky seagull nicked all my fish. That was very disappointing.
Oh, Paul Dew is saying, Boris's dad still negotiating with Athens for UK flights.
Oh, is he?
I
Yes.
have no idea. Okay, Pierre Towers is saying hello from Bognarigis. Jackie
Hello.
Cherry saying hi everybody from a very hot Corfu. Yes,
You can say that.
that's
Jackie.
great. No, and there's so many coming in. Angie Driscoll feeling concerned in Aharabi today. Only one supermarket had antibacterial to clean hands as you entered, and a very few people wearing a mask. I'm overly concerned. Yeah, and that's one of the things we're talking today, but it's more in a positive thing now. But yes, we noticed that too, and you had a fantastic idea there. If you, she has a problem now. You said 2 days ago, if you go into a taverna or somewhere, they don't have that all in place, just don't shop there. Boycott them. Go to somebody who makes the effort to keep you safe.
Totally right.
But what in these circumstances now, it's the only supermarket
That's a
she
difficult
can
one.
reach, so it's a little bit of a problem, no?
Yeah, if you know either the owner, the proprietor, or any of the staff there, I would suggest, as you're a good resident here, to have a little word in their ear. It wouldn't hurt, would it? Polite ear. Otherwise, better go armed with your own face mask, gloves, and hand sanitizer, I would say. But try and shop around. And I mean, if you can get out and about, try and find, if there is, another supermarket just to check that one out. It is a bit patchy, but on the whole, most of them are, as far as the ones I've been in, are certainly taking it seriously.
Yeah, definitely. And Steve McCabe is saying butterflies aren't gonna put pennies in pockets. Sorry, but true. See, it's
hold on a minute.
Yeah.
Yes, there's a lot, that's a hornet's nest with me. Look, you could argue the terms that I've read on this particular thing, it's not going to benefit hardly anybody because the ultimate owners are a New York hedge fund and other outside investors. Okay, the Greek government may get a small percentage of the takings. It's supposed to be an enclosed holiday village, traditional Greek style. I mean, on the surface, that sounds great. The only argument I have is the exact location. And you say, oh, butterflies aren't going to be in profit. No, but once you've lost a particular species of butterfly, they've gone forever. Do you really want that? Do you want to live in an arid world? Variety is the spice of life, and it's so important to keep a healthy ecological system going. It really is. You'd be disappointed if they were gone forever.
But yeah, I think so too.
And
I
also,
mean,
it's not just that one area. There's also talk that the Lake Karisin area would also be prime for development. The argument is, should there be any green preserved areas at all? Now, I would argue that most people, in an ideal situation and world, would say that there should be. Because let's face fact here, although we're only a small-ish island, there are plenty of wonderful, suitable locations for such a holiday village as is proposed in that area. That it doesn't have to be in that area just to create a wonderful holiday village for tourists. That will bring in some money. It is a very self-contained development, I have to say, so it has limited effect on the local area. But sure, some money will be earned. But look what would be lost by ploughing up undisturbed fields and areas of outstanding natural beauty. Think of all the special species of plants that could only be found there. I have to respectfully disagree with that view, I'm sorry to say,
So
because butterflies are particularly fussy creatures. They
Yeah, I
won't
mean,
go
especially-
just
yeah.
anywhere.
Yeah, man, I understand. I understand both sides now. You know, that
Yes,
this is the economy is
I'm not-
important. Without the
of course
economy,
it
we
is,
can
of course.
can't live. But on the
No.
other side, to attack an area like that is
Exactly.
also not right. Especially, you know, we're in a time now where tourism gonna change.
Yeah.
Mass tourism gonna be probably something of history soon. I believe so.
Yes, that is a growing thought, actually. Yes, that's quite true, Thomas. But here's a thought. If they kept it as a national park, they could be able to create designated nature trails and paths, and if people kept to those paths, there'd be large swathes of land undisturbed, and that would then generate ecological tourism, people who are naturally interested in the ecology and the natural world around them. Surely there's a market there for tourists in itself.
Yeah, definitely.
It's the
It's
point
just,
is-
you know what, it takes more effort. Specialized
well,
tourism takes
okay.
more preparation,
Yes,
takes
of
more
course,
effort.
okay.
It's simple as that. Mass tourism.
But-
everything is gathered, you know, for a large group of people. It's all centralized. Look into the big hotels. It's easier to manage. When you go now into a specialized holiday, there's much more preparation needed.
Oh, yes, but
Yeah.
then you could argue they could charge a higher price at the end. you
Yeah,
see.
but still they will
Make it back.
not make the
Well, maybe
profits
not.
they're doing now
But
with mass
surely the key
mass tourism.
Yeah, okay, I'm not going to argue against that because I can't. That's a fair point, Thomas. But the key point I will argue with is there
Yeah.
are plenty of other locations suitable for such as a development that is proposed. It does not, strictly speaking, have to be in that exact geographical area. GPS-wise, it just
GPS-wise.
doesn't.
No,
There's
I mean,
plenty of other places.
definitely
I could
on
name
this
of
beautiful
two,
island,
Yes,
yeah.
I could think of a place where there's full of horrible buildings that have been lied empty for at least 20 years, I do believe. They could. What's wrong with knocking them all down and building this gated holiday village right there opposite Aqualand?
Yeah.
Incidentally, Thomas, that reminds me something. I read last night, Aqualand, changing the subject here quickly, have posted on Instagram last night that they are still as yet undecided whether they are going to open
or not.
this year's water park. Incidentally, the hotel at Aqualand is, so they point out, nothing to do with them. And I do believe the hotel, separately run and managed,
Yeah.
might well open. But the Aqualand water park itself, they're yet undecided.
So now let's see what's happening there. I'm getting other messages in Melita saying hi, and she said, we are included in the list. Portugal is out. Just got this message. So,
Strange
yes,
one,
it's
Melita,
strange.
isn't it?
I know, it's
Yeah.
strange. There's so many decisions being made in the last 24 hours from the last show where I said, whoa, what's happening? But let me say hello. Hello, Tom Giddings.
Hi, Tom.
He writing in and saying, decided today I get more information and more relevant, more precise listening to your show.
Thank you, Tom.
Than I do from the UK government. Ooh, thank you.
Well, that's a wonderful
Wow.
compliment, Thomas. I don't know whether we quite live
I
up to
thought I
that
read
lofty...
that wrong. That's why I slowed down. I read it wrong. Oh, you're
Lofty-
getting more precise
Incidentally,
listening to your show. Wow,
Did
thank you very much.
Did you know, Thomas, that the UK government have got a vacancy? They are looking for a TV presenter,
Yeah.
a lady or gentleman, to start work in early October to present a daily briefing from number 10 Downing Street, 5 days a week. And a government spokesman said today it's going to be the same style as currently done in the White House. Now, that depressed me because you would have thought it shows no imagination whatsoever. And what connection should there be between number 10 Downing Street and the White
And
House?
the White
They're
House. Yeah,
two
but I
different
told you
continents,
a
different
couple of
countries,
weeks ago.
and different political systems.
Yeah, I know. You're
Unbelievable.
totally right. I mean, I told you a couple of weeks ago, give it on the end of the year, and on Downing Street number 10, you got the US flag rising. Wait a little bit.
Don't get me on that one. Thomas, there's no chance of you applying for that job then, I take it.
Oh, I would love that. When
You'd like that
Boris
job.
and Cummings is sitting in there every day, I would love to guide that interview every
Yeah,
day
I
of the week.
must admit
I'm
it'd be quite good, wouldn't
only
it?
wondering how long they can hold out.
That's a good
because
point,
I will not hold back there.
No,
he's right.
you're-
What is the information you're getting out there? It's confusing.
It certainly is, Tom. We agree there.
And it looks selfish from them. It looks like somehow they're enriching themselves with the whole thing they are doing. But I think the public is waking up now slowly, and public is seeing
slowly.
what's going on.
Let's hope so.
So let's hope so. Let's see.
We'll
that
do our
one.
best to prod where we can.
Yeah. Andrew Wood is saying hello from a windy Torquay, Devon, England.
Oh, lovely
Ooh.
Torquay. Hello, Andrew. Welcome aboard.
Vivian Toll Island. Hello.
Hi, Vivienne.
It's is that how you say it, Thomas? Lol, hope you're all well, Adrian. Keep up good work. Claire, keep the guys at it. Love from Ireland.
Thank you. We love Ireland. Thank you ever so much indeed, Vivian. It's always a pleasure to hear from your good self and our friend Jerry O'D, who I think is in the same county, Donegal.
Donegal, brilliant. And Patrick Golden, I will be there before the end of August. Oh, great, Patrick.
Good one,
Can't wait
Patrick.
to see you.
Yes, we all look forward to meeting up. And do let us know whenever you are lucky enough to actually make it through to this wonderful island. Do please let us know, because we here at StudioKerkyra are so looking forward to meeting up, every one of you.
Yeah, and you get a reply from Steve McCabe. The keyword
Hi,
you
Steve.
used, Adrian, is investors. People prepare to put cold hard cash into the area, a country that has been raped and pillaged by the
Right,
EU
yes.
and German banks.
I totally agree with you. It absolutely has. I think a few years back, Greece was treated appallingly bad. I don't want to call out names, but I'm going to. The ex-German finance minister, Wolfgang Schäuble, I think his name was. His treatment of Greece was, in my opinion, a foreigner, I have to say, absolutely scandalous. And Greece did have the bad end of a stick.
Yeah.
Yes, of course it needs international investment, but I would always say there's a good cause for careful management. And I'm not against the development itself, not at all, just the location. So, my argument to them was, please could you go a few degrees north, south, east, or west rather than east. East would put them in the sea. And I don't mean that. No, there's plenty of places on this island, a good gated traditional Greek village for good holidaymakers to have a safe and wonderful time.
Wonderful time, yeah.
Could be built, and I'm not against the principle
It's
at all.
when everything is done in an orderly manner and they taking care. I mean, here it's Paul Dew is saying, hasn't planning been approved in stages for that? I think yes, it has.
So it's all been very rushed.
Very rushed and very thing. I think the whole problem what occurred here is that there is no information given exactly. If you inform the people proper, of what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Then you won't have this retaliation you're feeling now. It's ridiculous. There's two fronts building up now, and there's the environmentalists are really going on to barricades. But at the same time, they got their licenses. They are approved to do that in stages. Somehow, I say it's right. It's great. Something is happening. Yeah, but it's if we all know more, we wouldn't be in this situation. It all comes down to communication
Agreed,
again,
yes,
and that's
absolutely.
where it's so bad here. That you just not being informed of what's going on. You can't see the plans. You can't see development. You can't the stages. You have to really, really look for it. And I looked for a couple of things because I wanted to get a little bit more clued up on the whole situation. But that's now, I want to see something official, not something somebody was in a meeting and then writes his own opinion as a fact. That's what was said in the meeting. I read so many statements what people put up on Facebook. And when you look then at the minutes of the meetings, it doesn't go together. So it's that's a big problem. They put a statement out but don't face the facts of the minutes of the meeting. And I try to get hold of these minutes. And but some I were able to see, and this totally contradicts what they just posted.
Right, well, that's a
So,
very serious point. Absolutely, and I'll take your frustration on that one. Here's another question to consider, Thomas. What do the actual people of the island think about it? Do you not think there should be some recourse to them? Some idea of tapping into what their opinions might be? After all, it is their island. They are from the island and they live here all the time.
Of course, it's the island and they should be included in the whole thing.
Exactly.
I mean, okay, it will generate jobs what are desperately needed on the island.
Yes, and
Definitely.
we're not arguing against
but,
that at all.
Like you said, there's other areas on the island
There's
what are so
plenty.
beautiful, and would be would happy to have a great development there because
Yes,
it is
absolutely.
totally viable to have it.
Of
So
course.
why do you choose an area like this, where you have people retaliating against you.
But it's the crucial point that I've got a problem with. It's this land that's been left undisturbed for so long. There's very few places left in the Western world where that can be boasted. That's why it's so precious. And as we keep making the point, there are plenty of alternative sites. I've just thought of another one. Do you remember that place I'm going to get into trouble now, central of the island, and it was a village. It then got deserted and it's been left for a very long time. It's rumoured that it was going to be taken over by some Greek hospitality company and turning it into some sort of resort. It's just still idle, but there is a perfect area there, behind trees. You'd never know it was there, and it'd be good for the holidaymakers, good for the island, the economy, and locals as well. So
I know.
There's plenty of places for such development.
Of course it is.
I just want to really bang home the point that I'm not anti-development. That's not the point. It's the specialness and the uniqueness of this particular place that bothers me, just as Lake Corinthian would, or Old Perithia, for instance, because there's another special place.
Exactly. I think it's just there's not enough information being given, so people understand what's going to happen, because it could be a development what fits perfectly into this area, and in conjunction, at the same time using that, make walking trails there.
Yes, exactly.
Produce some, have them exploring the nature, have them seeing, but in the middle you put some. So I have no idea how this whole thing looks, but that's what I heard from one who is part of this development. They say they not wanna destroy it.
Right. Yeah, maybe
they wanna add to it in a responsible way.
Except that there may be, because as we keep reminding ourselves, we haven't seen the plans and we haven't read the small details.
Exactly,
so
because it's hard to get to them. That's the whole thing. Inform the public more, show more. We in the 21st century, in digital age, that we can't get that all sorted and show them what they want to do.
Well, actually, it's normal in a case like this in many countries to have an open day running for a week where you'd have a model, a mock-up in a town hall or something like that, where the people can go in and have a jolly good browse round and an in-depth look at what is exactly proposed. That is a normal practice, isn't it? We get the feeling, you see, this thing is getting rushed through. Okay, exactly. The original idea
and that's
goes
the problem.
Back.
You just hit the nail on the head. It's getting rushed through, and people feel
not enough
they
scrutiny.
are not exactly. And people don't feel part of it. People are not included, especially all these environmental groups. They are not included in that. They're just being shunted out. Doesn't matter, because you're an environmental list, doesn't mean you against everything.
No.
As long as you get included in the conversations, in the meetings. So, and this is explained in a way, everybody can understand it, and everything what is said is fact. And not just said, what sadly happens enough in the country. But, then it wouldn't be. So most of the problems, most of the things, they generate themselves with not being transparent. Simple as that.
Absolutely. Here. We can agree. We got there at the end.
Of course we will. Tom Giddings is saying, Adrian, I will go for the job as presenter.
Oh, good one, Tom. Lovely. Wonderful. Hope you get it, mate.
I'm good at changing my mind.
Oh, you're a wit as well.
That's a good one.
Good one, Tom.
And Adam James is saying, hello everybody, hope you all well from Rock Village, home of Happy Horses.
Yes, it's
Hi,
the
Adam.
Rock Happy Horses again. Hello, Adam, Rachel, and all the wonderful people that work there in the Brooks.
Rock Village.
Brooks Saddlery, isn't it? Brooks Equestrian Centre, I think.
I have no idea.
Rock Village in Worcestershire is fantastic. That's the home of Hayley. Hayley and her father David, who are viewers of this programme. Hayley reported doing 750,000 tests, I think, in that test centre in Cheshire for COVID-19, which is a good result.
What is a great result, isn't it?
Yeah.
Here, Pierre Towers is saying, hoping to be there early September. This would be great.
Excellent.
Yeah. Jane Petit is saying, we will be there when the Spanish F1 is taking place.
Jane.
How about meeting up to watch that in a bar in Cassiope with a cold beer or two?
Now you're talking.
That sounds very, very tempting.
We're there. Thank you for the
We're
invite.
going to be there.
Yes, absolutely.
Told you, good point, Thomas. Oh, thank you for that. Oh, and Steve McCabe said, go on then. So it's going to be all okay, don't worry. It's great. Now we have to discuss these things, and we are good friends. Adrian, don't get me wrong, but you and me, mate, we are very good friends. But
Absolutely.
because sometimes we have different opinions,
we
but
agree
we can
on
talk about
95%.
that. On
I would
95,
say.
but yeah, but there's
yeah.
always things, we
But
don't agree. But this is no
I'm-
reason to fall
I'm
out,
not disagreeing with the development in itself, not at all.
No.
No, there's room on this island for all sorts of different types of tourist developments.
Yes,
on
exactly.
different segments of that awful word market. It's just the particular land, the fact that it's been undisturbed for so long, which makes it unique. That's the only point.
Yeah, this is the thing. I mean, the bold you said it's such a shame that they're ripping up the garden and fertile area. I saw a photo the other day where they had cleared a large area of trees already. So sad. But see, this is the pictures again what we see.
Yeah.
I think we do our own program just about that.
I
We're gonna
think we
chat
should,
with a
Thomas.
couple of people and
I
then we chat.
absolutely think we
I
should.
think it's not fitting in that show
No,
totally.
we'll do
We
a
have to do
dedicated
a
special.
dedicated thing. We try to find out as much as possible
Absolutely.
so we can give the information and then we can really
Here,
let rip there and see.
And then
Because
we
that
can-
pictures I saw,
yeah.
I saw this picture too and I saw another picture and it's not like it looks. So this is always
Okay.
how it is with pictures. Don't
Oh, yes, that's very true.
it's a thing. But hey,
We'll do a dedicated special where we can involve you, our wonderful viewers and followers, in the live debate.
yes.
That would be a good one, wouldn't it?
So that race, that race, it's a date, it's 16th of August. So great.
Brilliant, Jane. Yes, you must be very excited. And your son, is it Ken? This weekend starts the return of Formula One at the Red Bull Ring, I do believe, for the Austrian Grand Prix. Your
For the
home
this weekend, yeah.
This
Now it's all
weekend.
kicking off this weekend. It's gonna
Yes.
be great.
Fantastic.
On their new Red Bull ring.
That's
So
right.
and it's from my hometown Graz. I think it's only 30 minutes with the car. So
There you
it's
go.
fantastic. So I'm happy. So and
That's
I'm
good.
gonna watch it definitely.
So
So
I hope you enjoy it too, Jane, and all your family, because I know you're ardent Formula One fans.
yeah, and talking about motors, let me show you these pictures and that gonna put a smile on your face. Here is
Oh.
Costa's Boat Trips is
Great.
getting ready to work. Opala, I had here a little bit of a problem, but I'm switching that back. Thank you. I don't know what's happened. But Costa's Boat Trips in Benitez is getting ready before the boat trips this season.
That
And
looks
they
a-
hard at work. Look at that.
Yeah, I've got to say, it looks a very clean boat, that does, doesn't it?
Very clean, very up together, always serviced. I know the guys down there, they really take care of their boats. But what a fantastic sight to see. Look at that, they're ready
brilliant.
with their boat trip soon. They're getting ready with all the preparations they're doing now. So they're working hard. For everybody who is planning to visit Corfu, that's what's happening. It's not everything shut. There is a lot of things already open.
Oh,
It is
absolutely.
opening day by day more. The only thing, when you come here on holiday, please keep to the rules, because it makes a safe holiday for you and everybody else on the island. And especially, we have to keep our Greek friends, our Corfu friends safe. So when
We
you're here on
certainly do.
holiday, please keep to the rules. I know it's hot, I know it's sweaty, and so, but we have to look after each other. Simple as that.
Collaborate. Otherwise, we
Yeah.
won't survive.
No, not at all, not at all. But here, Costa's boat trip in Benitez is getting ready for
Good to
his
see.
trips, and that's nice to see. That's exactly what we wanted.
Yeah, it's very inviting, isn't it? I could do with a bit of a boat trip right
Yeah,
now.
it looks
actually.
cool, doesn't it?
It's very cool, inviting. Yes, lovely.
But here it is, guys. So that's the update. That's some happiness. But of course, we have much more to talk, because people want to know. If you want to know anything regarding this holiday island, if you should come, if there's enough safety procedures, enough things in place. Yes, there is. I mean, you got some.
I got some further notes on that very subject. Travel to the Greek islands is possible. Passengers need to complete a health questionnaire before boarding or taking a temperature check. Travel by yachts, private sailing boats are now allowed, but cruise ships and ferries from other countries are banned currently at all Greek ports. All hotels and campsites and Airbnb are now allowed to open. Hotels need to have a doctor on standby, and reception desks, wherever possible, to be moved outdoors. And food served buffet style can be continued to be served that way, providing it's placed behind protective acrylic screens, which they rather fondly call sneeze guards. People need to be about 1.5 meters distance apart. That's that social distancing again. Face masks must be worn on public transport, including flights, ferries, at airports, in lifts, taxis, and advised at all times in closed indoor spaces. Now, here's a key thing that we weren't too sure about. Travelling in a car or taxi is now limited to maximum 2 adults plus the driver, but the children do not count as passengers. So it's perfectly possible now for a family of 4 to have a hire car or a taxi, and there'll be no problem whatsoever.
Yeah,
so that's good.
That's good and that's great. So
yeah.
they have their restrictions in place, of course, and that's taking care of what you being told. Go back, because we out every day. Today I wanted to do a report, but people were a little bit shy to get on camera to talk. But one, because I spoke with the officer of the law, so I'm not allowed to film him. He's not allowed to give really a statement. But just chatting away and asking, and that was after a funny incident I had. So I went into the petrol station, filled the car up quickly, and then I went they have a nice coffee shop there, so I sat down in the coffee shop with one of my Greek friends, and we had a short chat. Yeah, a police car turns up, parks there, and the officers wanted to go to get a couple of bottles of water, because in the uniform it's hot.
Oh, absolutely.
They wearing their face masks too, so it is
That's
getting
good to
hot.
see, yeah.
And as one of the officers was at the bar there, he could hear me speaking English.
Ah, right.
Yeah. With that, he turned around, walked over to his younger colleague, and his younger colleague approached me then and asked me where I'm come from, if I came here for holiday.
Ooh.
No, you from the UK here for holiday? And I said, no, I arrived from the UK here, but this is years ago. I'm resident here. I got my tax number, everything. So I showed him the paperwork quickly, and he relaxed. Then I spoke with him, and I said, you know what, I would like to do quick an interview is a thing. But, this has to be approved from his boss, from the captain, and so on. But, sorry, but speaking then a little bit more with him, I said, what is it? What you look? Because you approached me because I speak English.
Right,
he said, yes, we got a small problem, and the problem is that at the moment we are looking for, we are gonna stop cars with English, French or Italian number plates.
Oh.
Reason being that some of the holidaymakers arriving per car skipped the testing stage in Igoumenitsa.
Oh.
So it came to their attention that some just drove off from the testing area in Igoumenitsa. Yeah, the staff there would do the testing. They were powerless. They couldn't do anything because there were quite a few, quite a lane of cars coming there. So I asked him, well, what's? No, they can do nothing. No, it's not. They have a hard time controlling that. But they being pulled to the side there from officials, told testing area, please join the queue, get tested, and after the test you can go on to the ferry. Okay. Some got fed up with waiting and just drove out of the queue and straight on.
There you go.
So, and the testing personnel was unable to stop them.
Right.
Yeah. So people arrived here on Corfu without being tested, what have been told to be tested.
Exactly.
Have arrived here without being tested. So I said to him, okay, what are you doing? Are we looking? So every car we see with an English,
I see, right, yes.
an English, French or Italian license plate, we gonna stop, we gonna check if they have all their documents, all their tests for Igoumenitsa, they are free to go, there is no problem at all.
Fabulous.
Should we find somebody who has skipped the testing, we gonna impound his license plate and he has to go into 7 days isolation.
Right.
If they break that rule, they gonna be arrested and transferred to the quarantine center here on Corfu, where they have to stay for 14 days under guard.
Good heavens.
Yeah,
Right.
and he apologized to me, approaching me, but I said thank you.
Well,
Because
yes.
it keeps us all safe. So I don't
Absolutely.
understand. You have the luck to come here on holiday to Corfu.
Yeah.
Then you've been asked, please do the test. This goes quickly. Okay, it's a queue. You have to wait. Come on.
But no big deal.
There's no justification to jump out of this line and just go.
Absolutely not.
Yeah. Right. They are here now on the island. They have not been tested. They have been told to test. They have not been tested.
Right.
Now the consequences, of course, gonna be if they drive around, they get stopped, they gonna have to deal with the consequences. So if you drive here on Corfu, have your papers with you, because they only look at that, that's it, and you can go. There is no inconvenience at all. This takes 30 seconds from the guys.
Great, absolutely.
But because of some people skipping that, what is so selfish,
yes, it
yeah,
is.
it puts other people in risk.
Totally. Yeah.
And that's what's happening. But otherwise, I have to report, everywhere I've been today, the locals, they all have they have their sanitizers on there. There is a couple are ignoring that, but the great majority is really gearing up to deliver a fantastic and safe holiday to you.
Absolutely. We can definitely vouch for that where we have been in recent times.
Definitely, yeah.
Couple of bits of news from the inside of a friend of mine who works for EasyJet. He was telling me that yesterday there were flights from Berlin direct to Corfu and another flight from Milan direct to Corfu, and both of them were completely full, would you believe? Whereas,
Wow.
yeah, which surprised me, whereas there was a Ryanair flight that took off, I do believe, from Stansted Airport and flew to Lithuania from the United Kingdom, and that was 70% full. So Michael O'Leary probably wasn't very happy because he was moaning about anything 60%. It was
60%.
couldn't manage.
But how is he allowed to do this then, and why is he getting away with that? See, there's nobody is checking.
there you
Nobody
go.
cares. It seems like, because if you're really all responsible, it shouldn't be a problem of traveling. Just stay responsible.
Be responsible.
Be responsible,
That's
totally.
the key word, Thomas. Absolutely, yes.
Yeah, I mean, Patrick Golden is asking a question, saying, do you know if the Aelos hotel in Benitsis will be open? I have
We
no
don't
idea,
know whether
but
it
we can
will,
look.
but we can say it was currently not open when I last went past, which was within the last week. But of course, a week is a long time here, so it could well have opened up in the last few days. But we'll look into that for you.
We look into that and we keep you up to date. Margaret
Absolutely.
Johnson is saying, yes, Thomas, I saw that on Facebook, not acting responsibly. Yeah, and Claire showed me that, Claire sent me that, I had no idea. This is Martin Bell posted on Facebook. They arrived via Igoumenitsa, Burkha from the United
Yes,
Kingdom.
you told me this, yes.
They got told to got into the queue
Right.
for testing. He said, yes, you had to wait. This was quite a long wait there. But
okay.
he could not believe when people, because they got annoyed with waiting, pulled out of that queue and went straight onto the ferry. Nobody stopped them going on.
Good
And
Lord.
when they arrived in Corfu, nobody stopped them to get off.
Blimey. Maybe someone thought to have taken their registration number down, perhaps?
It's, this is what I say. The staff could have stood there. Okay,
Yeah.
they can do nothing.
Nothing,
but
but
at
they
least
could
they're
have
making
taken-
note of the registration
Yes,
number.
and that's what maybe they should be looking
Yeah,
at doing.
I mean, Tom Giddings is saying, send them back. They choose to behave inappropriate. They don't deserve to be on this beautiful island. I totally agree with you.
We absolutely agree with that one, Tom. Yes.
Yeah, and Bob Bollock is saying, disgusting. What's wrong with some people?
Good
Stick
question.
to the rules. Exactly, and that's all it is. Just stick to the rules.
Yeah.
I know the holiday is not going to be 100% the same as you
No,
used to.
We knew that all the way along,
Yeah.
didn't we? But you have to make the best of a bad job, and what better place to do that than on this beautiful island of Corfu?
Yeah, and it's, you
Because-
know what, and we look after we all responsible together.
For sure.
Everybody can have a fantastic time because everything is here. The businesses are really getting ready. We saw that yesterday, we saw
absolutely.
that today. They put a lot of effort in. Okay, not everything gonna be open.
No, we've got to accept
Yeah,
that fact.
like
right from the
Aqualand, you say they're
They're
undecided. They
undecided.
want to see how many numbers are
I think
coming.
they do, yes.
And yeah, of course, running a water park is an expensive business.
start. Yes, for sure.
These water pumps
Yeah.
and the electric bill
Yeah,
for
and
that,
the staff, of
all the
course.
staff,
Yeah,
all the
yeah.
maintenance, everything on top. You have to justify this with numbers. You can't justify that. Okay, but hey, we got so many beautiful beaches around here.
Oh, you're spoilt for choice, aren't you? There are
Yeah.
literally so many, you can't even name them all. It would
Exactly.
take us more than a broadcast to name every single beach on this island, I'm sure
Oh,
of it.
that would be a tour, huh? But at the same time, I saw
Yes, it
also
would.
this blow up, this professional blow up water adventure castles
Oh,
rising on
right.
the streets. It's great.
That sounds exciting, yeah.
Haven't you seen them?
No, I
Oh,
haven't.
I
I've had the
saw.
pleasure.
It's great.
Really
This is
good one.
really so islands,
Okay.
huge blow up islands
Wow.
where you can crawl around. You have a climbing wall on there. You have
Great
ladders.
for
You
kids,
have
yeah.
a slide on there, and they are blow up. Like these castles, these bouncy castle
yes,
type
yes,
thingies,
nice one.
but only for the water,
Right.
and that's great.
Great on a hot day, just what we could do with right now, actually. Well, not with the equipment, obviously, but, further
It's
on down the road from the HQ, of course. But, yes, that's good to know. But just we gloss over these things just to make a point that Aqualand here on the island, it may not be the biggest anymore, it may not be the most famous or impressive water park ever in the world, but do you know what? I'm pretty sure it was one of the very first ever. So it has got its own place in history. Aqualand here on
Aqualand,
Corfu.
definitely.
Yeah. For those that like to keep a tab on figures, I can say to you that in the last 24 hours, the numbers of cases of COVID-19 in Greece has increased by 26. So it seems to be steady. No more deaths and the same recovered figures. So that's the state of play at the moment. No nasty spikes, I don't think.
Yeah, and here we get from Connor Darren. Do you know what safety procedures will be in place for use of swimming pools and beaches?
Yes, swimming pools. I read today that it's down depending on the size of the pool as to how many people will be allowed in at each session.
Each session, yes, and
think
that's
they'll
gonna
be
be
booking your
displayed
time.
on the pool
That's
side.
right,
So they
that's
have
right.
documentation. Also, they have signs on the pool side, letting you know how many people are allowed at the same time in the pool, and the sunbeds got really in distance now. So
Right.
they are not putting the sunbeds out until you arrive.
Ah, okay.
So
that's
you
unusual,
arrive, they
yeah.
take the sunbed, they put it in the location for you and set you up.
Ah, good
So
one.
there is no misunderstanding. So I
Brilliant.
heard that from a
That's
couple
a
of
good idea.
hoteliers. It's great.
Yes, it is.
So
yeah,
they're all stacked up.
absolutely.
And when you come and you want, okay, do sunbeds, he takes the sunbeds and he puts this in a location. So nobody can just, slide closer to you. So they take that very, very seriously. They also have
Good one.
disinfecting points,
Oh, yes,
and
yeah.
they're using a little bit of different chemicals now, what also
Oh,
disinfect.
okay. Ah,
And that's great, and I know
Yeah.
that from you know this from the swimming pools in England. You have the disinfectant points where you go with your feet and you push a
oh,
button
yes,
and
yes,
disinfectant
yes.
goes
Yeah,
onto
yeah,
your feet.
yeah.
And they putting stuff like that out. But
Great.
there's also something they can put in now to the chemicals they use already as a precaution, so as a disinfectant, and they're gonna do that.
That sounds very wise indeed. That gives us a little bit of comfort there, doesn't it, security? So basically, barring a few extra measures, it will be safe to swim in pools. And as for the beaches, well, so far, Thomas and I, when we've been out on our travels, we have seen every single beach we've been past, and that's quite a few, people acting very responsibly. We have not seen any overcrowding, and we have seen social distancing being practiced. Families are within families. Couples are together, and there is plenty of space between each of those groups. And as you know from your experience of this beautiful island of Corfu, the beaches here are really quite extensive, aren't they? They're not exactly cramped affairs.
No, they're not cramped affairs at all. And everywhere they were setting up, they were really setting up very, very
They were,
responsibly.
absolutely.
No question about it. They were really good, and
Yeah.
you can see the distance is kept. And they are also from the beach bars. They bring the drinks to you, so you don't have to go to the bar to pick them up. They don't want the people walking forward,
No,
backward.
that's a good
Enjoy,
point as well.
lay down.
Yeah.
They come to your sunbed and
Yeah.
they ask you what to drink, and they serve you there. So it's
Sounds
great.
rather good, actually, doesn't it?
I think it's
That adds
great.
to the holiday, maybe. Great.
Yeah.
Yes, good one.
So I hope this answers your question. By the swimming pool, you will get guidance at the hotel through signage and the staff. So, and that's great. So they're really, really great organized here.
Very well. Good to hear. That is brilliant.
So, Margaret Johnson is saying, I have two grandsons with a rare immune condition, and the
Ooh.
sea is better for them than the pools. We found a saltwater pool in Kalami, which is also safe for them.
That's
So
nice to
that's a
know.
good
Thank
one.
you for telling us that. Yes, great. We didn't
See-
know that, Margaret, but thank
No, I
you.
had no idea.
And yes, the sea is good for all sorts of conditions, although I was advised myself of shingles, not a good one. But absolutely, salt water is very cleansing, and the water here at the moment is very mild, isn't it? I think a lot
Oh,
of
it's
people were
great to
enjoying
swim.
swimming yesterday.
Oh.
Absolutely, yeah, yeah,
It's fantastic to swim, no question.
yeah. That's good.
But that's great. Keep it coming, guys. That's great. Any questions you have, don't hesitate. Ask us here now, live on air, or send us an email to inbox@StudioKerkyra.com. So, going on, I mean, a lot of news broke in England.
Yes, well, this weekend, did you know tomorrow is Super Saturday, Thomas, where the pubs are opening up and everybody can go out and enjoy a pint. The Prime Minister Boris Johnson has pleaded with the population to exercise caution. You may be interested to know, cinemas are opening as well, I do believe. The other thing is, there was in the Daily Telegraph today, there was a poll published by a firm called Redfield and Wilton, and they found, this is a small survey, I have to say, so caution with these results. Out of 2,000 people polled, 7% said they were going to go to the pub, 5% said they were going to have a haircut. I think that should be me. 2% say they were going to the cinema. 3% were going to dine out. Oh, that lovely restaurant experience. And only 25% of the 2,000 were thinking of a holiday abroad this summer season. The majority of people, in case you want to know what they're going to do on Super Saturday in the United Kingdom, they're going to raise a glass at home. So there you go. So maybe Super Saturday won't be quite so, the results won't be quite so fearful as some believe that could be the case. Again, it's responsibility, isn't it? A little bit of common sense and self-restraint, perhaps.
Yeah, it's great. I have a message here from Annabelle Louvrod. Really sounds from you, from your on-the-spot reports that Corfu hoteliers and service providers are taking safety measures and risk reduction steps seriously. So admirable, heartwarming and responsible. Well
Absolutely.
done.
Yes,
so
they are,
exactly.
Annabelle. That's the truth. We're not just pulling the wool over anyone's eyes. That is exactly what we are seeing with our own eyes in the premises that we visited in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, the only people misbehaving, funny enough, is the holidaymakers.
Yes,
that's the whole problem. I mean, I saw, I got here something again. I saw today, as example, is the heat a little bit today. So I saw, as example, today it was great to see. There were queues. There were full-blown queues on. I have to see what's happened here. We have a couple of problems. I have no idea. I think this is the heat coming in a little bit of the side here. But we're gonna see. So guys, no idea really what's going on. But okay, sorry. But I saw from a couple of holidaymakers today that there was.
Right.
Okay, I'm trying to get some, but that's hot, guys. It's so hot at the moment. I have no idea what's happening. But the supermarket, what the holidaymakers weren't happy really.
No, well, it's hard to please everybody all of the time. We all have to realise that we are not in a normal situation. The world has not experienced such a pandemic as this since the 1918 flu, and there are very few of us left alive that remember those days. So we do have to be very extra cautious this year. And as always, it's common sense, basic advice here. Social distancing is always extremely important to maintain. Face masks in all indoor or enclosed areas and public transport, as we've already intimated. And gloves, why not? The surfaces, these COVID-19 can linger on surfaces, so it might be a good idea when you're out, wherever you are, just to put on a pair of disposable gloves. At least it would help to cut it down. Hand sanitizers, and of course, the best thing of all, try and wash your hands as many opportunity times as you possibly can. They reckon 20 seconds, don't they? 2 happy birthdays is normally do it. Well, I'm sure there's plenty of other songs you can whistle along to or sing along other than happy birthday. But plenty of hand washing, social distancing, masks wherever you can, and gloves. And you should go a long way to protecting yourself and others from the spread of COVID-19.
Yeah, definitely. Sorry, guys, I had a couple of camera problems,
Thomas,
but I think that's fixed. We're gonna
yes,
see that. So I have no idea
wave
why
your magic wand on that one. Well done, sir. Brilliant.
It's great. So no, guys, it's really about a supermarket. I'm just going back because I got distracted from the cameras earlier. The supermarkets here. When I saw today, they really put everything in place for the supermarket. You stand there. So you come on holiday. You approach a supermarket, especially Amoretica, I saw that. They got a plastic table outside. On this plastic table, you find disinfectant for your hands. At the same time, they have some signs in different languages and cards laying in a box. And it tells you, please take a card. When there is a card, you can enter. When there is no cards left in the box, please wait until somebody leaves, brings a card back. The staff takes this card, disinfects this card, and puts it back in the box. Then you know, okay, now I can go in.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's a simple system.
Well, yes, and it worked, and they've had that going now for the last few weeks, haven't they? I know the supermarket you mean. I mean, not every single supermarket is exactly the same, but to my personal knowledge, the majority are so described. Clean, disinfecting on a very regular basis, and adhering to basic common sense throughout this pandemic. Social distancing, restricting the numbers of customers inside the shop. They are doing that, most of them. Okay,
most of them, but that's all in place, and that's great, and that's exactly how it should be. But you know what I saw today is the holidaymakers just ignoring that. They start queuing, then they get restless, and they just walked in. So the manager of Dimitra had a really hard time today of pushing them out, and I said, we can't be full. Read the sign, wait there. And certain things the people told him there.
Really?
That was not nice.
That's not
you come here on holiday, everybody tries so hard to give you a fantastic experience, and then you treat your hosts like that. That's very shameful.
It is. I've just thought of a possible reason why they would do that. Obviously, they've come here, they've got a little bit of heat's gone to their head, and perhaps they were, rather than desperate to go shopping, they were probably desperate to get inside and take advantage of his fantastic air conditioning. I suspect that's what it might be about. you know.
Yeah, it's but
I can't explain it any other way.
I can't. Yeah, but
Because
nobody's
there's
just no patience.
No excuse to be rude to the shop staff or management, because they are putting their lives on the line to serve everybody on a daily basis and doing their very best to keep people like us safe.
Exactly, guys. So please respect that. Be respectful on your holiday. It's a fantastic island. This island, the Corfu, are so wonderful people. It's amazing. So most of you know that, but there's a few out there who think they can still push it and they can do what you want. No, you can't. When I spoke with this police officer today, where I said, some people gonna be fed up when you start talking, and said, where do you come when you just ask these questions? He said, don't make mistakes. If they behave badly towards us, it takes me 10 seconds to arrest them.
Good grief.
And I'm allowed to keep them 24 hours.
Brilliant.
Especially when they show aggression against the officers. And guys, believe me, the Greek police, they highly trained police officers.
Oh yes, absolutely.
They gonna enforce that. There is no question, and we'd right so.
It's their duty to do so.
Totally, they have to keep everybody safe.
Yeah.
So don't argue with them. He tells you what to do, you do it. No question about it. He asks you for your papers, you do it. If you done something wrong, you have to be a man and stand up for a mistake and face the music. That's how it is.
Absolutely, and I'd add an extra element in there. Surely they'd have a little bit extra respect to the country that they're going to. They've chosen it for their well-deserved and well-earned summer holiday. Surely there's that old adage, when in Rome, do as the Romans. You know, going to a lovely country such as Greece, a very long, illustrious, thousands of years of worth of civilization, longer than the United Kingdom can boast, I have to tell you. Surely that deserves some extra respect, I think, and especially for Corfu, because that deserves extra respect for being such a wonderful place that it is, and the very special people that happen to live here.
Yeah, and here Jenny is writing in and saying, I forgot to say that the Petit family will be celebrating in Corfu this year. This year.
Good.
It's our 20th wedding anniversary on Monday.
Excellent.
And our twins, Joel and Evan, are 18 at the end of the month. So that's going to be a great celebration.
That's a fabulous celebration. Yes, well, let's hope that can come about, Jane, and we wish you all the very best and your family for a fabulous time when it comes.
Yeah, but here all the updates are great. If there's anything you would like to know, please don't hesitate to ask us here live now on the show with your comment, or send us an email to inbox@StudioKerkyra.com, and we're gonna try to answer your questions.
Yes, notice the emphasis on the word try.
Try, yeah, because you never
we
know.
Do our best.
We do our best,
we can
definitely.
guarantee that one, absolutely.
Yes, but
often, though, Thomas, our wonderful viewers answer the very questions, don't they? So this is why this digital platform across the internet is really working. You guys at home can get to keep in touch with all your friends, relatives and loved ones here on the island, and vice versa. People at Corfu can talk to all their friends around the world. But between us, asking questions, answering questions, what a collaboration.
Oh, it's great. It's brilliant.
Absolutely.
And anything
and
we
all
can
live
do,
as well. Fantastic.
All live. And we're working on much more, because it's for all of you who going to miss out on the holiday this year, the beautiful Corfu. We're preparing something very, very special, so we can bring you more and more from this beautiful island, so you're not going without it through the summer.
You'll get your Corfu fix kind of postcard style, but we can't say any more than that
I
just
know.
at the moment.
It's a thing.
Suspense, we like building it up for you, don't we?
See, temperature is still 32 degrees here, and the wind is still 13 kilometers an hour. I mean, it's great. I mean, the temperatures, that's what we've been waiting for.
Of course,
and there's so many great beaches. The preparations, I really enjoyed it. Looking at the beaches today. Yesterday, St. George South, they really organized it beautifully.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's nicer because you got much more space. I think it's got an advantage with this distancing rule, definitely.
I totally agree with you. I mean, I don't understand how so many thousands crammed onto Bournemouth Beach a few weeks ago back in England, and Southend and Brighton. I mean, when you've only got a millimetre of space around you on the beach, are you really enjoying yourself? Really?
Exactly, and that's what always
hard to believe.
Kept me away. I mean,
yes,
here's
exactly.
lucky you go Kalikunas Beach or whatever. Or it's great.
No beach here I've seen ever is what you'd call overcrowded. I've yet to see one, even going back a few years at the height of the summer season. There's enough space for everyone to enjoy the beach responsibly.
Yeah, and beautiful down at Buka Beach in the south near Lefkimi. It's beautiful.
I'll have to go and have a nose.
I go with you down there. It's great. But he organized it so perfectly with his sunbeds and with the
Okay.
umbrellas. You have so much space there. He put wooden planks down to walk, so you don't have to walk on the hot sand.
Well,
And
that's very
the staff
thoughtful.
is serving you. How great! You sit down.
Yes.
It's like a 5-star.
Wow, we like a bit of
Hotel
that.
holiday,
Yes,
man. It's
absolutely.
really,
yes.
really
Mind you,
great.
poor staff, all that extra walking that they have to do. But if it's going to keep them safer and the majority of people away from getting infected, then so be it. Better that way than any other way, that's for sure.
That's for sure. I mean,
Yeah.
Stephen Raymond is saying, I can't wait to come back out in August. God willing, if it is safe to do so. Just got to sort out my passport. I have only 6 weeks on it and have a
Oh.
great have 6 weeks on his passport left.
Yes, you need to do that. It's not too onerous now. You can pay a little bit extra and go to a passport office like Newport or London or Birmingham or somewhere, and you can wait and get it done very quickly indeed, if you pay a little bit extra, that is.
Yeah, definitely. And he also said, respect the Greek police guys. They are there to keep you
Totally.
and me safe and healthy. Exactly, and that's what it is. And this is,
Completely.
it's not extreme restrictions in place.
No, and it's not us and them and any of that business. They are very
No,
much
not at
part
all.
of the community. The policemen we know personally are fantastic guys and
Oh,
ladies as
they
well.
let you get it away with
Totally.
quite a few things. We're on holiday, so they're not that aggressive.
No,
so
they're not, that's
this is in Spain. Is it worse? Guardia Civil in Spain, they don't take any.
Okay.
But here they are more because they know you on holiday. They're just making sure everything you do it's safe and you're not getting ripped off or there's no danger situation. But they are really great. They're highly trained. They know how it works on the island. They know how tourism works too. Don't worry.
Yeah.
So they give you as much freedom as possible,
Yeah.
and you only have to keep to a couple of simple rules. Come on.
Absolutely, and I would describe them as being pragmatic as opposed to dogmatic.
Dogmatic, listen to him. But yeah,
One way of
it's
putting
you're
it.
right.
That's,
yeah.
that's the way I feel about
Why
it. Yes,
not?
yes.
It's a thing. But it's so much positive things happening here on the island. It's really nice to see the island is coming up. This is coming alive again.
It
So-
is definitely starting to come alive, absolutely, in the last couple of weeks. But it's only since Monday that international flights resumed to Greece and all her islands. So it's early days. As we reported yesterday, there were 300 guests, first arrivals at the big hotel there in
St. George South, the
Yeah,
first 300,
that's
yesterday
right.
more, and today 78 flights allegedly today.
that's
So
a hell of a lot.
wow, that's quite a lot, and I think we're gonna feel the impact of that.
Yes, we definitely confirmed one flight coming in at 5:30 this afternoon. And they stand out, ladies and gentlemen, because we have got used over these last few months for not hearing any aeroplanes at all. So when you actually do hear one, you know about it, sort of thing.
And this was
Yeah.
great to see just before the show
Yes, it
started,
was,
half
it
an
was.
hour before
Yeah,
we had an
exactly,
aeroplane
yeah,
going
yeah.
over
Yeah.
us, and it's great. You can see
Of course.
it's
Happy tourists
happening,
coming to
and it's
happy
good for the island, of course.
Of course it is, yes. And if we all adhere to the basic common sense rules of social distancing, plenty of hand washing, face masks, gloves, really, ideally, and most important of all, social distancing, I think you should be-
Sanitizer and you're ready.
sanitizer, you'll
Yeah.
be fine, you'll be safe. If you're in doubt, just bring extra with you in your luggage.
Yeah, responsible holidaying, we call that.
Exactly,
And that's
yes.
all it is. But there's another big thing happening tomorrow where the British police is saying, I have to talk about that quickly. It's nothing
Oh,
to do with the
yes,
island,
no,
but
yeah,
tomorrow
yeah, yeah.
British police is preparing
Yeah.
for, like they prepare for New Year's Eve.
So that's because of this Super Saturday business coming
Yeah,
about. But it
so-
may not be, as we said
Ooh.
earlier on in the programme, it may not be as bad as some people are fearing.
Seriously?
Let's hope so. Well, I wouldn't want to put a bet on it, Thomas, no. I am, however,
I mean-
positive, and I like to look on the bright side of things. So I'm prepared to stick my neck out and say, hopefully, and I'm going to touch wood as I say this, we're not going to see after the event such horrific photographs that we'd seen hitherto up to now, like those Bournemouth Beach flooding incidents and
Yeah.
Dorset, that lovely cove in Dorset.
But,
as well.
I'm British and their pubs, and now all of a
Well,
sudden they're
yes.
allowed back into the pubs. Where they opening?
but they are
I
going
can
to
see
be-
that full.
Yeah, I think there's some rules supposed to be in place there. I keep reading about this notion that you have to register your name and a telephone number to be
Yeah.
served. But then somebody else said,
Really?
yeah, exactly. Exactly, really.
Yeah,
And is that going to be in place for every retail establishment? Possibly
I don't
not.
know.
I don't know.
It's,
But we'll have
the-
to wait and see on that one. But if you are in UK and you are going to go out and celebrate the fact that the pubs are open, please take extra care of yourself and the people around you.
Exactly. So, but we're gonna find out. We're gonna watch the news very, very closely over the next 24, 48 hours.
We
and
don't
see
do
what,
much else, do we, these
no,
days?
I
But
know,
watch the
but-
news.
But we're gonna see. But most
Yeah.
importantly, we're gonna update you on
For sure.
all the happenings here on this beautiful holiday island of Corfu. So we're gonna get all our information every day. We're gonna run around. We bring you more reports, of course, but we're preparing so we know exactly what's going on. So you get the latest information here on Unlocked SK. But sadly enough, guys, it's all we have time for today, I have to say. It's another hour over. You got one more thing
I
on?
was going to say, can I squeeze a little story in about dogs?
Oh, yeah, always,
Go on.
always.
The dog is man's best friend. We all know that. Well, I personally have a fondness for cats, but hey-ho, dogs are fantastic. But here's something really positive, and hopefully we can take heart from. Something called the Medical Detection Dogs Unit from Milton Keynes, which has been funded by £500,000 from the UK government, and involving scientists from London School of Hygiene and Tropical Medicine and Durham University, are testing out on 6 dogs being able to train out to sniff out COVID-19. One of them is a Labradoodle, would you believe? That's a cross between a Labrador and a poodle, I believe.
I know,
And
yeah.
the other one is a Labrador cross with a Golden Retriever. Now, in the past, this is what surprised me, Thomas, they've had a lot of success in training dogs to sniff out cancer, Parkinson's disease, and, would you believe it, even malaria. The trial will involve 3,200 samples, this is next week, from sterilised socks, stockings and face masks that have been currently worn by NHS staff in London. And the testing is going to be over the next 8 weeks, and then it's going to be tested in live situations. And the whole idea will be extended to 250 persons per hour, which they hope to build up to with these dogs, and they will be concentrating on airports and COVID testing centres. So at the moment it's early days and they've only got 6 dogs, but the fact that these dogs could potentially sniff out correctly COVID-19, that is
That's
going
great.
to be fantastic, Thomas, isn't it?
Oh, that's
a
gonna
really
be-
good news, and that goes to show that dogs really can be man's best friend.
Oh, well, they definitely are. What a great story for our end of the program. So, guys, that's all we have time for today. Thank you so much for taking part. Thank you so much for all your messages and your questions. I hope you enjoyed it. Another week is over. So, but we are off Saturday and Sunday. We're gonna be back on Monday as usual at 6 p.m. with the latest about this beautiful holiday island of Corfu. So enjoy your evening, enjoy your fantastic weekend wherever you are. From now until Monday, for me here, Kalinichta. Have a fantastic weekend, guys. See you later.
Thank you very much for participating in the programme. We absolutely love hearing from you all, and enjoy the rest of the day wherever you are. Thank you for sharing your time with us. And as always, a very good afternoon to you all.